Jody, you joined me and Honorable Secretary Ji, a small token of welcome. And this is mentioned with the 3G piece. Please come forward. Yes.
Very busy at the start.
Thank you, team. Thank you again. And before I wrap up again, welcome to all of you. आप सबको दिवाली की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं, heartfelt Diwali wishes to all of you, and I welcome Jody to deliver the formal welcome address as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Irfan. Let me start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet. Thank Susan very much for her acknowledgement of country. As I said to you, Minister, at every event we have, we acknowledge. Do you mind, David? David, do you mind moving that for me? Could you move that sign? I can't see the minister. I must see the minister. So, Minister, as I said to you, Minister, at the start of every event, we acknowledge the traditional owners of our land here in Australia. And it's really important we do that. We have a culture that dates back some 60,000 years. And so I thank Susan very much for her welcome to country. And I'm so proud to be the national chair of an organisation that values our traditional owners. So thank you. I think you can tell by Irfan that he's very excited about having the minister here. And I want to just acknowledge Irfan and all the work he's done. There are also ministers, some special people in the room that I want to acknowledge. First of all, Minister Mark Courret. So I believe you saw Minister Courret at the Diwali function at Parliament House. Former Minister David Borger, who is the Minister for Housing and now the CEO of the Western Sydney Business Chamber. Former Minister for Roads, Carl Scully. Our current wonderful Minister for absolutely everything, Julia Finn, who is also the member for Granville and is a wonderful friend of the Indian Australian community. And I'm disappointed that Julia doesn't have on her sari tonight. And also I acknowledge you, Consul General. It's so good to see you here tonight, as always. Look, as Irfan said to you, the India-Australia relationship has never been stronger. AIBC was formed 36 years ago by two prime ministers who came together, who believed that the India-Australia relationship should be nurtured and should be grown. It's taken 36 years to get to the point where we now have a free trade agreement. And the free trade agreement, the first stage of that, called the ECTA, was signed earlier this year. It will be ratified by the National Parliament, by our federal parliament, late November. The negotiations on CETA, which is the second part of the free trade agreement, are now underway. But this has occurred because of the great friendship between Australia and India, and that is led by ministers like Minister Gadkari. The amazing thing in having the minister here is since May, I think we've had 7 or 8 ministers, and over the 5-year period leading up to that, I think we had 2. So that goes to show the emphasis that India is putting on Australia. So, Minister, in this room are people who value that relationship and see opportunities for their own businesses and for New South Wales in particular. So they're very keen to hear about your massive infrastructure spend, your focus on safer roads. We also have our large motoring organisation here who would like to hear about your commitment to electric vehicles as well. But the people in this room are very influential in what happens here in Sydney. So they're here to honour you, but also to hear how New South Wales, and in particular Australia, can work closely with the Indian Australian government. We do this, of course, at a time of Diwali. So I got back from India this morning. I flew in 10 hours ago. And I can tell you that preparations are already well underway in India for this wonderful celebration. One of the things that I think here in Australia we need to understand more about is Indian culture, because true friendship, real friendship, comes from understanding. So I will tell you what Diwali is. Diwali is a Hindu festival, and it is a festival of lights. So it celebrates the victory of light over darkness, of good over evil, and knowledge over ignorance. And it's a 3-day public holiday, I think, in India, and it is celebrated with much enthusiasm with family and friends. And it's a very, very special festival here in Australia as well. So with that, I welcome you officially, Minister. We are so pleased, as I said, to have you here tonight, and we all are very eager to hear from you. So thank you everyone for coming along. I have only just been in the national chair role for about 6 weeks, but I'm very excited by coming into this role at such an important time. So thank you everyone.
Thank you, Jody, for those wonderful words. I can assure you, we are all re-energized at AIBC with your leadership in the last 6 weeks as well, that we're trying to drive this transformation. On that note, I will invite our Honorable Consul General of India, Sydney, Shri Manish Gupta ji, who's been a great support for business, the community, and the bilateral relations that we're forging, for him to address the gathering and also to introduce our honorable guest, and then we'll invite the honorable guest to speak. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Namaskar. It's always a great pleasure to be with friends, and especially when we talk about the trade and business side, that means a lot to us. But at the outset, let me congratulate the new AIBC team who has taken over, and this is I think, the first formal event when we are meeting in such a setting. Heartfelt congratulations to Ms. Jody Methi. Thanks for your time, energy that you invest in this relationship. Mr. Irfan Malik, Mr. President, he is always so energetic about the startup impact factor, the passion they share in common. I acknowledge the presence of Honorable Minister for Multicultural, Mr. Mark Tulip, Mr. Former Minister David Governor, Mr. Carl Scully, Ms. Julia Finn, being a great friend of the community, and about everyone over here. As this function coincides with the festival of Diwali, let me extend everyone very happy Diwali. आप सभी को दिवाली की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। प्रकाश का ये पावन पर्व आपके जीवन में अपार सुख, शांति और समृद्धि लाए, ईश्वर से यही कामना है। As we move forward in this year, since the beginning of this year, I have never seen such a transformative change in our time. Ekta, of course, has been a major milestone that has provided a new fillip to the trade and economic partnership between our two countries. But above all, I think it's more about building bridges between our two countries in all segments altogether. And of course, this is a historic year that we are celebrating also the 75th anniversary of independence of India and 75th anniversary of our establishment of bilateral ties. I think that speaks a lot. But today, we have a very special guest, Honorable Minister for Road, Transport and Highways, Honorable Nitin Gadkari, who is amongst us here. His visit also symbolizes the high-level exchanges that we have between our two countries. And that explains about the renewed momentum to this relationship. He is a great visionary leader, and of course, those who are frequent visitors to India, they could attest to the thing, the big transformation in the Indian roadways sector, and the path-breaking reforms that India ushered in the Indian infrastructure sector. Sir, a very, very hearty warm welcome to you on behalf of Sydney Siders, the Indian Australian community, and our Australian friends. And may I invite you now for the keynote address. Thank you.
Respectable Minister, respectable ex-ministers, all respectable dignitaries and dear friends. it is really a great pleasure for me to interact with you. We have already very good relationship with Australia and India, and particularly this business council between India and Australia is doing excellent job. There is a win-win situation for both the countries. India is the fastest growing economy, and we are now number 5 in the world. Our Prime Minister has decided to give highest priority for development of infrastructure in the country. I always remember the statement of American President John Kennedy that American roads are not good because America is rich, but America is rich because American roads are good. Actually, there was a misimpression about me that I am an engineer in India, but I am not an engineer. Neither I am a financial expert. Actually, in '95, I was minister in Maharashtra, Mumbai. At that time, I got opportunity to visit Australia. I got appointed to construct 55 flyovers in Mumbai and Mumbai-Pune Express Highway and that Worli-Bandra Sealing project. For that reason, at that time, technically, with some collaboration, I got appointed to come to Australia. But today, Indian infrastructure is doing excellent job. In the road sector, we are the second highest in the world. And today, in these 2-3 years, we have already made 6 world record in road construction. When I was taken charge as a minister, it was 3 kilometers per day. And now we are making 40 kilometers per day. So this is the highest in the world. But now we are making express highways, green express highways. The people who know India, that next time when you will be in India, from Delhi to Dehradun will be 2 hours. Delhi to Haridwar will be 2 hours. Delhi to Chandigarh, 2.5 hours. Delhi to Amritsar, 4 hours. Delhi to Katra, 6 hours. And Delhi to Srinagar, 8 hours. Chennai to Bangalore, 2 hours. And Lucknow to Kanpur, half hour. And Delhi to Mumbai is one of the biggest highway we are making of 1,300 kilometers. For this end of this year, we will complete. And that is Delhi to Mumbai with only 12 hours. So the way in which the Indian road infrastructure is developing, it's really in a good shape. With a huge potential, we are making a lot of tunnels. Actually, in Indian rupees, we are making tunnel of 2,50,000 crores. We are making the Jojila tunnel, which is the highest in Asia. That is near to Kargil in Kashmir. And 40% work has completed. And we save 50% of the cost on this tunnel, 5,000 crores saving. So the way in which we are adopting new technology, and that is important that we want to develop new technology in the country. I always telling to the 2 philosophy to my friends. One is innovation, entrepreneurship, science, technology, research, skill and successful practices. We name it as knowledge and conversion of knowledge into wealth in the future. And the other important thing is that is West to wealth. No one is West. It is depending upon the appropriate leadership, appropriate vision, appropriate technology that we can convert West into wealth. So the road infrastructure is good. Even before some time, 2 years, I got appointed as a waterways minister, shipping and ports. Our all ports are in good profit, major ports. We have 7,000 crore profit, doing excellent jobs. Now we are in the process of developing new ports. We have first time, at a time when I got opportunity to make waterways, we have completed waterways from Varanasi to Haldia, 1,380 kilometers. After Haldia, there is also connectivity from Bengal Sea to Brahmaputra. And Brahmaputra, we have already completed dredging, 3-meter dredging. And at that time, by the request of Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sushma ji was the foreign minister, and she requesting me to connect Mungli port. So I also making dredging of 3-meter in Brahmaputra up to Mungli port. So we are now already developing a lot of ports, Major ports are with the federal government, and minor some there are the private ports are there. And I feel that this is the field where the huge opportunity is there for catamaran, hovercrafts, water transport, amphibious seaplane. There is a good possibility because when I was minister, we formulated the policy, rules, regulation, and everything. I am calling to it as a flying boat. And the European country, Canadian country, and USA, they calling it as amphibious seaplane. So there is a huge potential for that. Regarding, I'm from agriculture. I have 3 sugar factories, and 2004 I'm propagating for bioethanol. We have import of 70 lakh crores of the fossil fuel, and that is not only challenge to the economy, but that is creating a pollution in the country. So our policy is import substitute, cost-effective, pollution-free and indigenous. So as a minister, it is a great pride for me, which is that this subject is touching to my heart, that we have decided that diversification of agriculture towards energy and power sector. Presently, we are making bioethanol from sugarcane juice, then bee molasses, BAV molasses, from corn, from rice, from food grain. And presently, it is a great pleasure and pride for me that we have rice straw in Haryana and Punjab. They are burning rice straw, and that is one of the important reasons for pollution in Delhi. So now we are making 1 lakh liter of bioethanol and 150 ton of biobitumen from rice straw, popularly known as Pallavi. At the same time, we are making bioethanol in Assam from bamboo. That is also in the westland. We can plant bamboo, and that bamboo can be used for making of bioethanol. The most important thing as a transport minister that I have 2 cars as a pilot project in the house in Delhi. One is running on hydrogen, that is from Toyota. The name of the car is Mirai. Mirai is Japanese word. Actually, the meaning of the Mirai is future, Bhavishya. And the other car, just 15 days before I got approached to launch that car, that is of Flex engine. In place of petrol, now we are using ethanol as a fuel. And the Camry car from Toyota is already available in Brazil, Canada, and USA. That we are going to use 100% bioethanol, and it creates 40% electricity. So it's very cheaper, it's pollution free. And the most important thing, the economic challenge with our country is import of fossil fuel. So as a transport minister from last many years, I am constantly pursuing electric, ethanol, methanol, biodiesel, bio-LNG, bio-CNG, and hydrogen. Our idea is to make hydrogen from wastewater. And the main important investment in the hydrogen is very power. So by making rooftop solar, we can make green hydrogen, and we are the highest manufacturer in the world of electrolyzer. We have a lot of companies now, and the green hydrogen is the fuel, is the future, and it is very important that we are now going fast towards starting of production of hydrogen in the country. The black hydrogen is from the coal. We have got a lot of coal. From coal, we can get methanol, ammonium nitrate, and also urea and the DME. We can add DME into LPG, 20%, we can reduce the cost of DME. Because of this import of petroleum products in our economy, it's a very challenging problem for all of us, and we are diverting our economy towards Atmanirbhar Bharat. The dream of our Prime Minister to make Indian economy of $5 trillion. And that is the reason that we need to develop water, power, transport, and communication. These are the 4 important pillars of the development. And at the same time, without this, we don't have capital investment. Without that, we cannot create employment potential. And without that, we cannot eradicate the poverty. The most important thing which related with my ministry is automobile industry. Presently, our size of the industry is 7.5 lakh crores. Out of 50%, that is export. And this is the industry which is giving maximum revenue to the state government and the federal government. This is the industry which creates 4 crore jobs, 400,000 jobs in the country. And that is the reason that my dream is to make this industry #1 manufacturing hub in the world. We have all reputed brands present in country, and now our two-wheeler manufacturer, Bajaj, TVS, Hero, they are already exporting their 50% of production. Now the Mercedes, BMW, Toyota, Hyundai, all are present in India. And India has got a great strength that the highest young talented engineering manpower is available in India. So my ministry has already launched a scrapping policy. We have fixed up the age of the vehicle. Without fitness, after 15 years, if it is not fit, we have to scrap that. So by which we are getting aluminium, copper, rubber, plastic, with a very reasonable cost. By which our idea is to encourage the industry, component industry, and by which we will reduce the cost of automobile by 25 to 30%, and will be more competitive in the world. So the automobile industry is also doing excellent job. I received 3 deletes, doctorates from the government university, agriculture, but the doctorate is not for infrastructure, it's for agriculture science. Actually, I'm more keenly interested because Australia have got tremendous agricultural production. Today, I will be meeting with the environment minister, and I just suggest them that we should make diversification of agriculture towards energy and power sector. Now in India, we have got sugar surplus, corn surplus, wheat surplus, rice surplus. Our requirement for sugar is 280 lakh ton, and we have a production of 360 lakh ton of sugar in India and 60 lakh ton previous year's stock. So you understand, because of presently for this year, we have export of 100 lakh ton of sugar, but generally it never happens. We have corn surplus, rice surplus. Our MSP, actually the commercial price is less than the MSP. That is a big problem for the government, that how to satisfy the farmer. And that is the reason we have started making bioethanol. And I am the pioneer in that, talking this thing from 2002. At the time of Vajpayee, I got opportunity to visit Brazil. And as a farmer, I was keenly interested to formulate the policy. But after the Modi ji, he also supported the idea. And today we are working on bioethanol. We have two-wheelers now on flex engine, Bajaj, TVS and Hero, that can run on 100% bioethanol. Ethanol is a green fuel. Even no pollution, very negligible pollution. So that is, it is very suitable to Australia. Ultimately, Honorable Minister, they are going to decide, they are right to decide about it. But the green fuel is very important, and diversification of agriculture towards energy and power is very success story in India. As far as our relationship with Australia, you have got a lot of strength. As far as the metals and the coal, we have a lot of import from here. And I feel that the Indian economy is fastest growing economy. There are huge opportunities for new technology, new innovation, new research. I'm just telling you the story of electric vehicle. 3 years before, when I was talking about electric vehicle as a transport minister, no one was ready to believe me. Today, we have 600% rise in electric vehicles. Actually, I remember 2 of the big giants who are in India suggesting them to start electric manufacturing. He said, oh no, this is not economically viable. But today, Tata has 1 year waiting list for his electric 4-wheeler car. Electric 2-wheeler, 400 startup, young talented engineers started manufacturing electric scooters. So the electric is also very popular. Then methanol also we are now starting to, even because our import is very high from the fossil fuels. So we are doing, trying for bio-CNG and bio-LNG. We can make bio-LNG from biomass. The 5 ton of rice straw is giving 1 ton of bio-CNG or bio-LNG. 8 ton of cotton straw is giving 1 ton of bio-CNG or bio-LNG. We have 20 successful industries. We are now trying, we have already, ethanol is a big potential we have, and electric is the future. In the public transport, I am telling you the story that we have got 150,000 buses, 150,000 buses. But by electric, I am giving you this very good example. Just 20 days before, I got opportunity to launch double-decker electric bus in Mumbai. And now, the cost of diesel bus coming to 115 rupees per kilometer. And electric bus is coming, non-AC bus 39 rupees per kilometer and AC bus 41 rupees per kilometer. This is going to change the full scenario. So we can reduce the cost of the ticket by 25 to 30%, and we can offer air conditioned bus to the people. So this is exactly huge opportunity for you to invest in this. Today I got approved to visit Macquarie office. They have also good investment in my department. And just before, 3 days before, we have going for INVIT model, investment from the capital market. The 10 days was the period. We just launched our capital market issue, and within 4 hours, it is 4 times oversubscribed. So no money, no shortage of money is there. So today I have discussion with the Macquarie. I was telling them I will use some new formula, new innovations, new investment formula. I am making bus codes, just like airports. We have got the proposal of 260 proposal is with me for ropeway, cable car, and funicular railway. We want to make mass rapid transport on electric. So there are the huge potential in India for new technology, new innovation, new research and investment. I am offering the investor who are going to invest in road sector 8% return per year. I know that what type of return here, but in India we are giving 8% return. And my total income is 40,000 crore presently. At the end of 24, it will be 1,40,000 crore per year. So I don't have money problem. I monetize the road, I get the money, and we construct the road. So the is a AAA rating company, and we are making all roads all over, even in Northeast, in Badrinath, Kedarnath, Gangotri, Yamunotri, we are making new roads, new tunnels. Even in Kashmir, we are making lot of tunnels. We are making in Northeast, Arunachal, Meghalaya, Tripura, everywhere you go, anywhere, any part of the India, you will see the development of road construction in the country. We have 100 airports now, we are already developed, and our aviation industry is increased by 22%. So there is also huge potential for that. India is the best destiny for investment. India is the best destiny for new technology, new innovation and new research. Our relationship with Australia is very good. I am giving my special thanks to the Office Bearer of Indian Australian Chamber. Particularly, they are doing excellent job. And I invite all of you, come to India, invest in India. We have very, very good relationship with Australia. Our Prime Minister has got good relationship with the Prime Minister of Australia. Your culture, our culture, really is good. And already there are a lot of people from India who are here doing excellent jobs. We have really happy, and I will invite you, all of you, to invest in India, come to India. Even Indian technology, if you need, we will cooperate and we will do the needful thing for that. I am really happy with making interaction with you. I really got opportunity to interact with you, and I got opportunity to even to talk with you. It's a great thing for me. I am giving my special thanks to all of you for Diwali. It is the starting of New Year. So I pray to God for all of you that you have a good, prosperous, best, happy life for the future. मैं दीपावली की आप सबको बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं और शुभेच्छाएं देता हूँ. दीपावली ऐसा त्योहार है कि अंधेरा छटेगा, सूरज निकलेगा, यानी प्रकाश आएगा, और विकास, समृद्धि और संपन्नता आपके भी जीवन में आएगी और भारत के भी जीवन में आएगी. यही ईश्वर के लिए प्रार्थना. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
Thank you, Minister. If I could get you to be here with us, we will take a few questions. I think the audience is keen to interact and engage with you as well. Thank you. So I'll kick off. I think what an amazing, a round of applause for our Honorable Minister. The insights, the stats, and the vision that he shared is phenomenal. I can see a lot of startup founders and various companies here as well. And I know people who are into biochar, EV batteries, all have been really inspired by that, definitely. So there were cues, and all the university folks and our partners, and there's cues that I would want to host you back for your honorary doctorate in one of the universities. Definitely, there is a cue to all the universities, please. Now, just to kick off, I'll just start off. We've had a lot of administrative delegations come, and we are really pleased to have you. How do you see the dosti that we have between Australia and India that's been curated? How can we accelerate that and getting into outcomes? I mean, again, as a business council, we believe that government has done really well to set this whole tone and the relationship. Now we want the business and the business leaders to drive the outcome, and you're someone who really supports industry and business. How do you see we can accelerate on the outcomes?
Actually, I feel that we have got huge potential. The only important thing that we need to identify that what exactly the strength and surplus in Australia and what is to be needed in India. On the basis of that, if we can make a detailed study, now presently, what are our imports, where you can contribute for that. It to be import substitute, cost effective, pollution free, your technology can be helpful. Even in transport sector also, we are doing a lot of things. My suggestion is, I feel that it is where you are doing already the job, but actually in which field in India there is a huge potential. For example, the steel industry has got really a tremendous potential in India. After China, India's number is 2. But the problem is that transport of iron ore. That is the problem. Somewhere, as a minister of port, I have taken a decision to increase the draft of the port. And out of 12 major ports, 6 major ports, we have increased the draft up to 18 meter. By 18 meter, it can possible for you to take Panama ship, having the capacity of 2 lakh tons. Even in the coal and the iron ore, if your capacity for the shipping is for 2 lakh tons, it will be economically viable. So somewhere, some of the problems are there. India has developed a lot of ports. Near to Chennai also, there are 2 ports are there. Then in Gujarat, Kandla port and Mundra port is there. Even we are developing new port near Mumbai. And I feel that there is a huge potential for that. At the same time, automobile industry, they are doing excellent job. And we are expecting India as #1 manufacturing hub in the world. For that reason, we need a lot of metals we need, even copper, aluminum, everything. It can be a great thing for you. Regarding agriculture also, we have also surplus. But our successful experiment, making biofuel from food grain, biofuel from sugarcane juice, it can be a good experiment. I personally, my suggestion to Honorable Minister, that you have got, I don't know how much petrol, fossil fuel you have got, but if the import is there, why you are not converting your vehicle on ethanol, bioethanol? I got a bus from Scania on 100% bioethanol. And by Toyota technology, the Mercedes, BMW, everyone is coming to India now with this flex engine. You can use 100% bioethanol. The most important advantage is there is no pollution. Ethanol is a green fuel. Even in the coal now we have started methanol. The methanol rate is 22 rupees liter, and the diesel rate in India, it is more than 100 rupees. So my suggestion is from coal, you can make methanol, urea, then ammonium nitrate, even you can make the LPG, DME from that, which can add it into the LPG. So here India now the technology is available. Dr. Saraswat, the member of the Niti Aayog, is very much keenly working on this issue, and we are developing that. Israel have got the technology, China has got the technology, Brazil and USA got the technology. And compare the price of the diesel, the methanol is very cheap. So there are many things like win-win situation for both the countries. But here I feel that your role of Australian Chamber and your role is very important. You need to find out what is to be requirement in India and what is to be requirement in Australia. What type of technology you can take in from India and what type of technology you can give to India. Even in agriculture also, we are doing a lot of experiments. Now we are making spraying, agriculture spraying with the drones. We are developing a lot of drones. And the idea is that actually first we manufacture drone on lithium ion. But now we are trying to make the drone on flex engine. I will request you, as far as the electric vehicle is concerned, we have now alternative chemistry available. Not only lithium ion chemistry, we have got sodium ion, zinc ion, aluminum ion, and the latest new technology developed by Indian Oil Research Organization, Faridabad, that is aluminum air technology, which is very cheaper. So this type of new technology in the automobile also, or electric vehicles, we have got the potential. Our startup are doing excellent. In electrolyzer, you can make my idea is to make hydrogen. Now there are three types of hydrogen. One is from black hydrogen from the coal, where you have got the potential. Then the brown hydrogen is from petroleum, and the third is green hydrogen. I am selling sewage water of Nagpur, where I am a member of parliament. I am getting from 8 years, we are getting 300 crore rupees royalty from selling of sewage water in Nagpur. Yeah. So idea is, for solid waste, we will make rooftop solar. For segregation of solid waste, getting plastic, rubber, organic waste and metals and glass, we can recycle it. And from organic waste also we can make methane, and from methane also we can make bio-CNG, bio-LNG, or from methane we can get hydrogen. And that water, with the cost, 70% cost in green hydrogen is power. So rooftop solar, our cost will be less, and by using the water which is available free of charge, so we can make the electrolyzer we have, we can make green hydrogen, and that green hydrogen we can use in industry, steel industry, pharmaceutical industry, chemical industry, aviation, railway, everywhere. The Germany has already successfully explored running of railway engines on green hydrogen for 1,000 kilometers. So green hydrogen is a field also that we can interact, and in education field already we have got a lot of progress.
Thank you, Minister Ji. That was inspiring, and there's a lot of insights shared, and I'm sure it resonates with a lot of these leaders as well. And we'll also hear from some of these businesses who will be showcasing. If I can pass the mic on the floor, any questions? We'll take a couple of questions, James. Any couple of questions we'll take?
Yeah.
Minister, namaste. Happy Diwali to everyone. Key question: what exactly are you proposing for businesses in Australia to do in India? I mean, you said investment. There's plenty of capital available in India. So, how can we explore opportunities?
No, that is not exactly meaning of my statement. Already, we have got a lot of investment from Australia, even in my department. Macquarie has got a big investment, and we have a lot of new projects now, just like Busport, where internal rate of return is good, very high. In ropeway, cable car, funicular rail. So there is a huge opportunity for investment, and you are welcome for that. The other important thing in electric vehicle also, our research is going on. We can even make collaboration for that. Even in biofuel, because Australia has got surplus food grain. Also, there is a lot of new technology with bioethanol, bio-CNG, bio-LNG. We are making bio-bitumen from rice straw. Indian Oil has got a project in Panipat making bio-bitumen from 1 lakh liter of bioethanol and 150 ton of bio-bitumen from rice straw. So these are the new technology we have got it, and I feel that there is a win-win situation of both the country. But people like you to identify what type of need in India and what type of technology or what type of your strength that you can contribute there. The chamber is already doing this, business council is doing. You have to identify the people and making friendship with the identified people, then it can be easy for you to go ahead.
Wise words, yeah. Partnering with the council and the right partners in India as well. We'll be happy to facilitate. Another question from the floor. Natasha, sorry, we'll just have Anand, and then we'll come over to you, Natasha. Anand is also our infrastructure chair as well.
Namaskar, and thank you for the opportunity. Minister, I had a question for you about, as an infrastructure chair for AIBC, one of the key things we see as an opportunity between Australia and India is the 100 smart cities plan that the Prime Minister has. There is significant activity that's happening in Australia. There's a potential for companies here to bring across some of these things to India, and we try to actively promote that in our conversations with the industry. I would like you to say a couple of things in that space if you have.
Actually, in smart city, very, very big potential is there with the new technology. But I am giving you the example. Now in India, my ministry is taking 30% of the cement and steel. And there are few players they are making cartel and increase the rate. That is my problem. So we want to reduce the cost of construction without compromise with the quality. I am telling you a good example. We have just accepted the technology from Malaysia. The distance between the two piers in metro and bridge, it is in India it is maximum up to 30 meters. But by this technology we can go up to 120 meters, even in building construction also. The most important thing of the technology is the physically the casting of the upper level pier, that is with the steel fiber, and that is the reason that the strength is increased. So we reduce the cost of the bridges and metro by 30%. So we accepted the technology and we are already accepting and doing that. The way in which, if you have any, I just asking to the people that whether you have any technology for commercial production of carbon steel, we are allowing now glass fiber steel. Then most important thing where we need your cooperation, our DPR are not up to the standard. Because of the lowest we have diluted and the way in which we are getting the DPR, they are not correct. So the problem is that now my idea is to tell to Indian consultant that you should have a joint venture with the international company by which you can make the DPR. We need quality DPR. So the technical people can collaborate with the Indian companies and we will give them priority because we need good quality of road. For that reason, there is a huge potential. Even the smart cities also there is a good potential. I am telling you a small example. We are making big green express highway. So at the time when I acquired the land, suppose the cost is $1. After completing the road, the cost is coming $4. So I am now trying to formulate the policy that we will make industrial clusters, we will make smart cities, we will make logistic park. We are already taking a logistic park of 2,50,000 crore. The Macquarie has already invested in many projects. So my suggestion is for this smart city, we are interested, and now my idea is in my mind to go for open tender and asking people, those who can invest in land, we will make the joint venture with them. We will give all type of infrastructure for connectivity, power, water, and everything, and then we will develop smart cities, smart villages, and smart logistic park. Even we can make smart industrial clusters, and that is really a huge potential for that. I'm giving the example. I'm making express highway, that is Chambal Express Highway, known as Atal Express Highway. Start from Itawa and going to be that what is the importance of Chambal? It is totally socially, economically, educational backward area. शकेतों के लिए प्रसिद्ध था, अब अंग्रेजी शॉर्ट नहीं यूज करो। तो वो I'm making that express highway from Itawa to Kota, connecting to Mumbai-Delhi express highway. That is totally in backward area. So I requested Honorable Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh that from Delhi I am making Agra, there is Agra to Gwalior, I am making green express highway. So there will be Agra to Delhi within 4 hours. And the government is now planning to give the land free of cost. So I tell him, you have a lot of land is available. You allow people, the Gurgaon people, the Noida people will come there because only 4 hours distance, land will be free of charge and the backward area will be developed. So this type of lot of projects are there.
Amazing. Congratulations to the regional areas, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cities as well. Thank you. Natasha, a quick question.
Minister, welcome to Sydney. I'm Natasha Dhamaskar, Executive Director at Newland Global Group, and we help Australian companies get into the India market. Previously, I worked at Lok Sabha Secretariat and I've followed very closely your interventions, your debates, especially on the Motor Safety Amendment Bill, where you really went all your way to protect house road safety was very important. In terms of my interactions with companies, one thing which we have observed is the de-risking of brownfield investments. So greenfield investments versus brownfield investments, that remains a very big concern for companies. How do you address that? Second, if you could, for the benefit of our viewers here, also help us understand how Japan has actually invested, and because Japan is largely known as India's infrastructure partner. So that sort of a case study will help us understand how Australian companies can also move forward in addressing this, because there is a serious lack or hesitation to invest when it comes to infrastructure in the India story. We have tried this with superannuation funds. We keep trying this and we still find it very difficult. Thank you.
You are in the brown alignment and green alignment. The one thing which is with India that we are very, very aggressive regarding population growth and automobile growth. So the economic viability is there. So even in brown roads, already road is there. We need to acquire the land somewhere. So the cost compared with the capital cost, the internal rate of return is good. We are making from 2 lane to 4 lane, 4 lane to 6 lane. And already it is economically viable. IRR is good. I have got 400 projects. I am going to give it to INVIT, by which I am raising fund and monetize the project. I will get the money. So that is not the thing. So you can invest in there. Now there are new models in my mind because some of the state highway, they have got more than 20,000 TCUs traffic, the economically viability. So state will give me that road as a state highway for 25 years. We will construct the road, 4 lane, 6 lane, 7 concrete, good road, and we will take the toll. Within 12 to 13 years, we will get our money back. But it is to be given us for 25 years. So economic viability is there. We are making 670 roadside amenities, gas stations, restaurants, hotels. Out of it, 70 are already tendered. So my suggestion is there is no problem. Regarding road safety is one of the dark areas where my story is not the success story. We are facing crucial. I am trying from 7 to 8 years, but still we are not up to the mark. We have 5 lakhs accidents, 1,50,000 deaths, and it's really we are losing 3% of the GDP in the road accidents. And we have a lot of collaboration with University of Australia, where I am coming here. That the main function tomorrow. I have got opportunity to visit that center. What is the name of that?
So, Research Center for Integrated Transport Innovation at UNSW.
Yes, UNSW. I got opportunity to visit there. Especially by helicopter, I was there to see the new technology they have. Very beautiful technology. But the driverless car was there. So I say in India, I already declare that no driverless car will come. Because we have a problem of employment. So that is to be very difficult. So we don't need that technology. But other technologies we will encourage, and we have collaboration with the IIT, engineering colleges, and even institutions from Australia. We will work on that.
Thank you. The last question from Greg.